My friends, hello and welcome to a very special episode of GoldenEye SpeedLore tonight. You know, for a long time we've been doing this series examining these amazing speedruns throughout GoldenEye history, and many have wondered, sure, the single level records are amazing, there's 60 of them in the game, they're very cool to watch and learn about, but what about the full game speedruns? Well, we've been given a treat in recent times. You see, the longest of all categories in GoldenEye speedrunning is this one that we made up back in the day called All 60. GoldenEye has 20 levels, 3 main difficulties each: Agent, Secret Agent, Double O Agent. Of course, we are not counting the, LTK, the 007 modes in this specific category. And, in 2012-13, there was a lot of sort of discussion as to, what are the categories going to be for full game speedrunning. We didn't really know how much interest there was, but we were trying to make palatable categories for a wider audience. That's where, 100% sort of became popularized, although there was 1 or 2 runs beforehand. And I came up with this one called All 60. All 20 levels on all 3 difficulties. And I mostly came up with it because it would give me a way to sort of attempt a world record, which generally on stream gets some kind of interest going, And so I always wanted to attempt a world record, but Ace would beat me to it. And Ace would get a time of around 1:44. That's actually this run that we're watching here. If I pan all the way ahead to the very end, we'll see Ace get his time. This is his 1:44 on this stage. And that was pretty much it. You can see on the left-hand side there, I have my 149 on the rankings, and that was like second place for a long time when I finally completed a run. Ace's 144 was first place. And that was it for a long time. And people thought, does anyone really care about this category? Is it relevant? Is it interesting? Is it something we just made up for the sake of it? And it kind of was. But, there's been some recent attempts at exploring these categories once again. And so what happened, believe it or not, and this is the subject of tonight's episode, on May 28th, Joris actually set a new world record. He got a 142.41, and a great time. 142.41, and we thought, your first thoughts, is Ace really going to be bothered that someone beat his run after 10 years of it being the world record? Probably not. But it is Ace after all, and Ace went out the next day or even later that night and first try did in fact retake his all 60 world record. And that's what we're going to watch tonight as our full game RTA episode of GoldenEye SpeedLore. So here Ace is just setting up the file, and he's going to check in here and pause to control style 1.2 presumably, and we're going to see him then begin his journey to beating all 60 levels. And there's a lot of challenge sort of decisions on what to do, decisions on how to play the levels, what order to play the levels in. Do you attempt the high RNG levels first, or what exactly do you do? So I guess tonight we will find out here. It looks like Ace is just going to play through. Ace is just sort of getting a feel for it, turning on his console. This is like your warm-up. In any sport, an athlete warms up, and we're certainly going to watch in athletic performance of GoldenEye tonight. So let's take a look here. Jumps off, and his run is about to begin, my friends. And here we go. The timer's about to start. Wants to complete a level just so he can get the the sort of settings saved, 1.2 control style and etc. He's getting set. He's going to hit start and go. Here we go. He hovered over the timer. And there we go. The time has started. And the way it's going to work tonight, you know, I always love to give dedication runs. Obviously, we are showing one run. So we're going to give all of the SpeedLore champions roughly 10 minutes of dedicated time in tonight's episode. And so this 10 minutes is dedicated to our SpeedLore champion, Sammy Limex. Thank you, Sammy, for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon very kindly. And let's check it out, baby. So we're, you know, not even 1 minute in. Ace has already taken 3 bars of damage, which is quite a lot, you know. Now, mind you, it's the first run in a, you know, roughly 2-hour-long effort. And so, if Ace were to pass away on this run, he would certainly just reset and move on. And that's all, you know, not the biggest deal in the world, you know. So, he can afford, if you were even if you were attempting double O agent speedruns, you know, you would give it a shot with 5 bars of health into the basement. And look, he's shooting guards. Again, look, if he loses 5 seconds on damn double O agent, it's really not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things. You know, he had a 144 from 2013. Joris beat it with 142. And let's see this Ace run, you know. Now, something that I'm actually quite curious about on this Ace run is sort of his method of, like, what levels is he going to play? Is he going to do all of Double O Agent first? Or is he going to do some Secret Agent, you know, you could play, say, you could play Damn Through Egypt on Double O, and then Damn Through Egypt on Secret, and Damn Through Egypt on Agent, or you could do, like, Damn Double O, Damn Secret, Damn Agent, Facility Double O, Secret, you know, you get the gist, right? Now, personally, when I was playing this, I would do Damn Double O, then Facility Double O, and then Facility Secret Agent, because those facilities are really the 2 highest RNG, luck-dependent stages, really in this whole run. Because if you get a bad Dr. Doke, you basically lose like a full minute. Now, I think what is going to be notable, perhaps Ace approach it this way, is that, you know, he figures, okay, if I get a bad Doke, you know, on one of the 2, oh, there's a good one on Facility Double O. He's going to cruise through this, no problem. But I think what he, you know, the question is basically this. Let's say he goes through Facility Double O. And, oh my god, that was actually quite skillful, because if he detonated it with muscle memory, he would have passed away because he got stuck on the guard. Let's say he goes now and plays Egypt Double O, like Facility all the way to Egypt. Then cycles back and starts playing Damn Secret Agent and Facility Secret Agent. And then, now that he's 22 levels in, all of a sudden he gets a really bad Dr. Doke. He could lose a minute at that point in time. You know, and that's quite a lot to digest. So let's see what he does here. Yes, so that is a good call. He goes back and plays Facility Secret Agent right off the bat. And that makes sense, because now if he gets a really bad Doke, he can just reset. And I expect maybe this will be the only exception. You know, maybe he will go and, you know, go to Runway Double O after this, and then just play all of Double O, then all of Secret Agent except for this level. So let's see what he does. Because basically there's a 2 out of 7 chance that Doke is in the far labs on the right-hand side here. And that, like, if you went this way and then realized he wasn't there, then went all the way back, like, it would cost you, like, well over a minute, maybe 2 minutes. But he gets the good Doke there. The best Doke, in fact. And, he's gonna carry on, baby. He's gonna carry on. It's truly amazing. There we go. Reasonable Trevelyan. Hits his shots, opens the door, detonates it, baby. Oh, wow, the guards were alerted. Okay, so that is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go onwards and upwards. played through Double Agent here. Now, I do wonder this. Are there any other stages where he's going to, like, play the Secret Agent stage, you know, immediately after the Double Agent stage? The only one I would imagine might be the case is Aztec. But Aztec, in the last 10 years, has become much more consistent thanks to... it's really funny, like, seeing Ace, like, get stuck and make all these, like, mistakes, you know? But because the category is so unoptimized, you know, 144 was ages ago, you know, he can afford to make mistakes that cost him, you know, 2 to 3 seconds very easily. Wow, it's truly amazing. So, Surface 1 Double Agent, yeah. So Aztec's become a lot more consistent thanks to, you know, the mainframe stuck glass strategy. So Aztec is way more consistent there. And, I mean, back in the day, 10 years ago when we were playing this category, it would be very, very difficult to get the glass open on all 3 difficulties of Aztec. But now with modern strategies, it's a lot easier, and obviously we'll get to that when we approach Aztec. Goes behind the hut here. Surface 1, you can actually, like, pass away. You know, you can get hit 8 times quite easily, you know, by various trollery and nonsensory. You know, you get the sniper guards firing at you, and it can happen. So going behind the first hut really does help with that. Get the nice, go for some self boosts, you know. There we go. Nice self boost, bingo bango, and he's just gonna carry on. You know, Bunker 1, Silo. I mean, these are some good stages we're gonna approach here. And you know, Surface 1. Look, there's almost always going to be something that, like, goes wrong. I think on Joris's 142, he had to, like, quit out 1 or 2 levels. I think what happened was he selected a wrong stage and had to, like, quit out and reselect the correct one. And, like, on runs slower than that, like, this is the thing, right? You know, even in a, say, 120-star speedrun to this day, you know, they might fall off one of the levels, they might have a death, you know, and they might have to retry a stage. And so the longer a run is, the less optimized it is, generally speaking, and the more you can afford mistakes. And so the 144 by Ace and all these other times, oh my god, he got a nade, that's insane. All these other times, you know, slower than the 144, had some mistakes. And this 137 is really going to be, I expect, a decent run with probably no mistakes, you know, other than the small, like, 3 to 5 second ones. But that's why I'm keen to watch it and find out. You know, I have not watched this run yet. And so in a way, this is, you know, look, it is kind of funny that Ace, you know, has missed 2 cameras he's attempted to shoot, given that he just revealed, you know, that he had achieved Bunker 1 Secret Agent 19. And so it's actually really funny that, you know, he's missing these cameras. I guess it's a run like this where you're going to go through all 60 levels will show some human element to it, you know. So he's got to analyze the keys. He checked the objectives to make sure. And there we go. Oh, and he missed the decoder. That is insane. That's insane. Oh my god, so he's going to get through here and safely get to the end. I mean, you can, if you get trolled, you can pass away here on Bunker 100, so it is pretty insane. Here we go to Silo. DJ Requests in chat asks, does anyone know what Ace is currently running? He's actually playing Train Agent. He's trying to set up PAL and try to tie Henrik's 56 there, so we'll see if he can do that. And hello to Terrible Lemon in chat and everyone else in chat. A welcome welcome to the live chat here as we go through these amazing runs. Oh, he throws... Oh my god, that is so dangerous. That was... He like accidentally threw an extra plastique, and then like it was in the line of where you shoot, and you could see him like consciously turn to the left to avoid shooting it, but like even so he could have shot it, which would have been insane. Now, the reason we use Japanese in these full game runs is for those extra body armors. Silo Double O is pretty hard to do on a, you know, Double O Agent 100% all 60 speedrun. But, on English with no body armor, but like, look, the body armor doubles your health, so it makes it super easy. No, indeed, Calsonic in chat, you know, I'm sure many thought similarly that he said, I thought this might have been pre-recorded. My friend, tonight it is not. Tonight we're here live, living it up, and watching this amazing speedrun. Takes a snapshot of the satellite, gets another body armor, and carries onwards and upwards. Warps through. This is quite a decent Silo Double O run. I wonder what we're gonna get. Looks like about a 130. And, you know, now we're roughly 10-11 minutes in. We're going to dedicate these next 10 minutes to our SpeedLore champion, Soul O'Rock. A huge thanks to you, Soul, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. And here we go from Frigate onwards. And it's a good strategy. It took a long time for this to become convention. Like, saving that hostage and then doing the kind of normal route adds an extra, like, 8 seconds to your route. And, I mean, Frigate is in our super luck-based level where, like, you could get trolled and not have the hostages escape for centuries. You know, for minutes, centuries, etc. And so, by saving that one hostage earlier, it really increases the escape odds for some reason. And I was a big advocate of that back in the day. It took me a lot of like head bashing on desk to sort of convince others that that is the best way to play Frigate Double O Agent and even Frigate Secret Agent on in real-time attack run. And so we see Ace making use of that. And probably we're going to get A completed before like the end of the boat, like you usually do with that method, saving all 6 hostages, including the bridge one first. There we go. Let's see, objective A completed. Oh my god, oh, insane. No, he's got to wait a little bit, but there we go. So it's usually got a pretty decent completion this way. Enter Surface 2 here. And yes, hello in chat to, you know, Raging Clown and Sinkcern, who says, great last 2 videos. Thank you very much. I'm glad people seem to be enjoying those last 2 videos on the main channel. Sometimes I'm surprised. You know, I hadn't made a GoldenEye speedrun video in a long time, probably several months, so it's kind of cool to see people enjoying them, which is great. Now, Surface 200, I wonder if he's going to do the, you know, British window. It looks like no, and this makes sense because, you know, the traditional method of getting the key and then going into the room to destroy the comms damage, comms link, doesn't lose like more than 10-12 seconds. And again, in a nearly 2-hour run, that's not a lot of time to lose. Like, big deal, 12 seconds. And that was a really nice shot. Obviously, we're going to get some great shots from Ace. It looked like his muscle memory almost wanted to attempt the fence shot, which was kind of funny. And here we carry on down. He could go for the British window, Finnish window, one of the two, which is, you know, the method where you shoot it through the wall while backing away. But yeah, there's not really any need to do it like, oh, you know, it can be hard to hit the British window strat, and I think we're gonna see a lot of very good decisions made by Ace on this run. He just knows if he can play decently well, he can beat that 142 of Joris. It should be no problem for him to do that, you know. So I think we're gonna see, you know, Ace is, you know, older now as well, and so I think we're going to see a lot of intelligent and mature decisions from Ace. Wow, he's not even going for the jail cell R warp. That is, see, I was surprised. I'm actually very surprised by that. Like, not that it really loses that much time, but like, it's like 4 seconds to not go for it. So that's actually, like, I'm actually surprised with that. I was expecting him to go for the jail cell Arlene warp strategy there. Here we go. Ace is, you know, very experienced on this stage. You know, he's going to go for... oh, he only got 1 clob, though, which is kind of tough. Gotta get the key. And yes, welcome Dr. Light in chat, who says, I haven't watched this yet either, so this is cool. And I'm glad. I mean, that's the thing. These runs can be a bit of a dedication to watch, you know, as good as they are, as much as we all want to watch them. So that's why I'm keen to watch it this way and have many of you join me on this one. This run was achieved on May 28, 2023. Oh my god, see, this, if there's... On the non-Japanese version, on the English version, he may have passed away there because, you know, sometimes the camera's fussy, you don't hit it. And so that was actually quite frightening. He could have missed the camera shot and passed away. And, but thanks to the body armor, thanks to the Japanese version, he survived. And we've been using this version for, you know, 10, 11 years now in these full game runs. So, and yes, yeah, so the run was achieved May 28th, 2023. Like, less than 1 day after Joris beat the world record for the first time in 10 years. So Ace had 144 since October 2013. Joris beat it on May 28th. And then later that day, Ace was like, well, I guess I better go get my world record back. And he did that. And, yeah, hello and welcome to chat. Obamacare and Moodles, always a pleasure. And, you know, Statue's a perfect example of making wise, mature decisions. Now, I don't want to pick on JD Black, Josh Schwartz on the rankings to the left of the screen there, who has the 3rd place all 60 time now. But I remember watching him do like a 100% run, and the Trev shot here saves 6 seconds if you hit it perfectly. On a 2-minute level, on a 1 hour, 1.5 hour run. Okay, I'm actually stunned that Ace went for the Trev shot. Like, my mind is actually blown. I was beginning that speech to sort of declare that, like, it is unlikely Ace would go for the Trev shot, you know, in midst of making these intelligent, mature decisions. So, you know, I'm kind of at a loss for words there. I'm just gonna let that marinate in for a second. To go for the Trev shot, which saves 6 seconds, and not go for the Bunker 2 jail cell Arlene warp strategy, which saves 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. The Arlene warp is risk-free. You know, if you miss it, you just lose time. Like 3-5 seconds. If you miss the Trev shot, which sometimes can fail randomly due to nothing you've done wrong, you lose like 1.5 minutes. Anyways, the point was, he gets a decent flight recorder, which is good. JD Black once attempted the Trev shot foolhardily on a 100% run and cost him like a great PB. And it was tragic. And I was going to say, I do not expect to see Ace make the same mistake. And I guess when you're Ace, it's like not a mistake because he pulled it off. Anyways, you get the point. Yeah, we're on Archives now. Archives and Streets are usually pretty calm. Actually, Archives can be a bit chaotic if guards, like, cause mayhem in the, Michigan room. But Ace is intentionally, like, not shooting very much to avoid, you know, luring guards here, which is a good idea. Although Ratty Pauberts in chat mentions that Depot is crazy, which it is. It is a crazy level, Depot. Especially in this setting, you know. There's a lot that you can pass away on Depot. The ammo dump doesn't blow up. The drone gun hits you. This is a bit of a fussy guard. Ace could have got a bit more trolled there because if Natalia came around the corner and was sort of in the path of the slap, it could have been a problem. but a pretty easy archives. There we go. Now, there was something I was going to set up, but I actually forget what it was. You know? Oh, it gets a hit there. Archives, jungle, control. I mean, those are hard ones. What, he's going for the Val strafe? Is he a maniac? I guess if he's just used to strafing Val lately, then... We got out of ammo, baby. Depot... Okay, train is really hard. Okay, oh, what I was going to say is basically the difference between this and a 100% speedrun. So, in 100%, all you need to do is beat the game and unlock all the cheats. That's like getting 100% of the game complete. So, for example, Streets 00, if you beat Streets 00, you're credited with beating Streets Secret Agent and Streets Agent. The cheat is on Agent, so you got to go back and play Streets Agent as well. But you don't have to play Streets Secret Agent, you see? And there are some levels, like if the cheat time is on 00 Agent, like Facility, Bunker 1, Archives, you just need to play that and get the cheat. Beat on 00, which counts as being on Agent and Secret Agent, get the cheat, you've 100% completed that stage, that mission. So 100%, you actually only need to play 33 different stages in the game. And the record in there is like 57 minutes. So that's why all 60 is like much longer, because you're playing like twice as many stages, you see. And especially ones like Streets and Statue, where you have to go back and play it again. These are like 2-minute stages. Surface 1. And so it really adds up. Control, you gotta play 3 iterations of Control. That's 12 minutes alone. And so a new level, roughly at 22 minutes now. We're going to dedicate the next 10 minutes of this lore to our SpeedLore champion, Mr. Moxie. A huge thanks to you, Mr. Moxie, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. And let's watch as Ace approaches the depot stage, which can be fussy. Can be a tricky one, you know? Nice shot. Okay, so I guess if you're strafing against the wall... Wow. That was like... Look, he's 22 minutes in, and like he got a very unlucky moment there where, you know, he took many bars of damage from the explosion of the mainframe. And now, like, this always happens on Depot 00 in a real-time attack RTA speedrun. Look, he knew you have to, like, wait. You can't run off because sometimes Objective A doesn't complete. Wow, yeah, like, this always happens. I'm frustrated watching this. Because Depot 00 is, like, inexplicably one of the hardest levels on a 100% or all 60 run. There's no extra body armor on the Japanese version, and, like, just all sorts of silly stuff happens where, like, guards troll you or whatever, you know? And anyway, it's a pleasure to see you in here, Mr. Moxie, during this remarkable dedication moment here. Welcome to the chat, to you and everybody. And, yeah, Depot's awful, and let's watch Ace master the train here, as he is bound to do. So train is like a level where you often pass away and lose the run. The standard procedure is what Ace did, which is to, you know, do the first 2 rooms a little bit more carefully and then run the rest of it. Running the first 2 rooms, like, you can sometimes lose all your health. Oh my god, so so by shooting Ormov there and not Xenia, he's like forcing himself to get locks good enough to escape early. And like, oh my god, this is close. He definitely made it though. He's ace, so he's like gonna get those locks, generally speaking. But like, if he was too slow, what happens is Natalia follows you out and doesn't complete her objectives, you know? And Ace has some time to back up and shoot those guards. Oh, I was wondering what that was, Flicker, because I was like, double D5K, but yeah, mixed weapons, pretty nice swag, pretty cool on a world record speedrun. That line of text is so long and aggressive. 3 whole lines of... It's insane. Here we go, Ace, you know, mixed weapons, D5K on the right, ZMG on the left. This one you end at... What is it? Oh, it's like 4 or 5 seconds on the clock here. Well, we just need his password, and then got it, Boris. So this is a pretty conservative ending. 503, that'll complete, and it does. So that's a very difficult level. Now, the nice thing about an all 60 run is if you get through the 00 agent levels, you generally don't have to worry too much about survival on the rest of the stages. You know, an experienced, good GoldenEye player, you know, all of these levels at the end of the run, you're at risk of passing away. From train through to caverns, not too much on Cradle, but certainly Aztec. So, like, the last 20-25% of a 00 agent portion, you're really at risk of passing away. But once you get through it, it's a very little risk of passing away on the secret agent version. You know, there are some levels on secret agent that can be tough, like, you know, jungle to some extent if you skip body armors, Aztec. But it's so, you know, an experienced player, it's really not that difficult on secret agent. 00 agent's so much harder to stay alive on a lot of these stages. That was pretty aggressive, like, movement there. He's kind of slowing down on the right hand side to make sure all the objectives completed, which they did. The ammo dump can be a bit fussy. And yeah, the strategy for Xenia is to wait back at that tree, use your R-aimer. It's been pretty well, you know, fleshed out at this point in time. Control 00, you know, is hard for most mortals, but Ace is, you know, he has the control untied sweep. He may have that sweep for years to come, you know. I don't know if anyone's going to be challenging him on control anytime soon. Oh, he actually missed the opening area, which is kind of funny. Like, a player of my caliber would miss it every time, but you expect Ace to you know, he missed it by 1 or 2 seconds, right? And I don't want to say he's, like, maybe getting complacent, but, like, he knows all he has to do to get a new world record in this category is get a clean run, and that's what he's going for. I think the most important thing, actually, the most important difference from 2013, this area is actually really tough. You can get hit like 5 times here, which he's going to get hit 5 times, 6 times. Wow, he easily could have passed away. He's got to go with the body armor, which only loses like less than 10 seconds. Wow, wow. Oh my god. Okay, so this is actually kind of, oh my goodness, he got so trolled here. Like, everything went wrong. And you can imagine on a typical all 60 run, you know, let's say a less experienced player may have passed away there, and like, you've now lost 1.5 minutes. Now in a 2-hour run, you can maybe still PB, losing that time, but that's the expected stuff to happen on a all 60 run. These new, you know, mine through wall strategies do help substantially. He still has to go. You know, he used the time of getting the body armor, where you would, on a normal run, throw a mine in the far room with the mainframe, you know? And so he'll have to do that after Natalia completes her objective, which can be frightening because a lot of wow, a nade went off and destroyed the glass there. That's not the best thing, because now if a guard approaches there, you won't hear him. You have to pay more attention. But once Natalia leaves, all the guards seek you. Now, I feel like I've said this a million times in SpeedLores, but right now, during the Protect, the two black-hatted spawning guards seek you. The no-hat guards seek Natalia. But once Natalia leaves, after she completes Objective B here, which takes 2.5 minutes, they all seek you. And he has to go throw a precise mine to complete Objective C with the 4 guards seeking him, which can actually be very difficult. And he can't really play it safe in that room because there are 2 drones which he hasn't destroyed because he was busy getting the body armor. And shooting those out with the 4 guards chasing him is tough too. Another nade, like a lot is, and you know, he's just dealing with this stuff like a pro, like the best player in the world that he is, and it's wonderful to see. Oh my god, I would throw a mine at those guys. Subject to be completed. Well, it's actually good that they're all piled up here because he has a few seconds now. Like they have to respawn. And so he has a bit of time while they respawn to like maybe throw this mine here, which is actually quite tough. Like this can be easy to mess up, especially if you're unpracticed with it. Objective, he did hit it. He successfully hit it. I thought he might have waited too long to detonate, but he hit it. Now he's got to wait for Natalia to complete here. On like an agent run, you would probably just like run in the end and hope for the best. But on this kind of run, you know, you know, on a 2-hour run, you're not going to risk saving 1 or 2 seconds. You know, you're going to wait for Objective A to pop up. Now, I mean, Caverns can be fussy. Caverns Secret Agent is probably the most difficult level to complete on a Secret Agent portion. And it's because those scientists. But that was looking really, really clean. It looks like he saved all those scientists there. Like sometimes they can run around and do very silly stuff. Not escape on time, not complete. You know, they're weird, they're silly, they're strange. They run into the flames, they pass away, and if 3 pass away, you fail. And on Secret Agent, you generally pass away the 2 in the radio room, because you can blow up the radio room, it's an objective. On Double Agent, you don't, because you have to go in that radio room to press B at the radio to complete the Jack Wade objective. So Secret Agent Caverns is the hardest level to complete in the run. In a Secret Agent run, and in this run, it's one of the harder ones as well. Even harder than most 00. Ace, that was actually quite not a good Objective B area. Ace kind of struggled with that there, but again, I think what we're going to see on this run is, so Ace shoots once there. Hopefully that gets some of the scientists out. It didn't, but thankfully, and look, the room can blow up before you complete the radio objective, which fails, and he would have lost a full 1.5 minutes there. So Caverns 00. Oh my god, and he's missing this drone, but he got extra body armor, so that helped. But he's gonna complete Caverns 00 with probably like almost a 2-minute run, which is actually not amazing. 2 minutes flat, I think it was. Pretty insane eye for a run, as they say. And roughly another 10 minutes, so it's time to dedicate this section to a new SpeedLore champion, GOP 1386. A huge thanks for all your support of SpeedLore on Patreon, GOP. Wonderful. It's a cool little format, I think, I've come up with here to watch this run, so I'm pretty pleased. And I imagine Ace is going to go for the Trev self pass away strategy here, where you just kind of go over here and let him drop a nade on himself. And so to answer a couple of questions in chat, DJ Requests asks, has Goose not seen this run before? I have not. This is my first time watching it with you guys, giving my reaction, analyzing the run, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, Cowbait says, loved the new video breakdown. Yes, thank you very much, Cowbait. Appreciate that. That was on Ace's Bunker 119 record, which is insane. So amazing, amazing stuff. And sometimes the Trev self pass away strategy can fail, but it worked here. And you have to press B to back out of the menu and go to Aztec 00, otherwise you get the credits. You have to hit reset, and that wastes a whole bunch of time. Really unlucky roll there. Oh my god, this is going horribly. Oh my god, that was... like, Ace was getting meat shielded by the guard passing away, but, like, barely escaped the zone to get his shot out there. What I was trying to get in the Caverns run... oh my god, look at this. Taking, like, he's low on health. Now, if he restarted this level right here, he would lose 20 seconds, which is maybe acceptable. But this is the big difference. This strategy of getting the consistent mainframe glass. In 2013, when Ace last completed this category, this technique did not yet exist. And so you have to play Aztec 3 times, hoping for 3 glass openings, which back then was, like, unlikely to happen. But now, it is likely to happen. And so, if you didn't get a glass opening, you have to, like, go for a backup technique. Like, you could try a backup now. There's still guards you get backup, but those were the guards you would lure in the olden days. So the only backup was to go fight Jaws, and that's going to waste, like, several minutes. So the chances were that if you were doing this category in the olden days, when Ace's 144 was the record, at least 1 or 2 of the glass lures would fail, and you would have to go fight Jaws, losing 2 minutes at least once or twice. But the mainframe glass strategy allows you to have such a more consistent Aztecs, and that alone, like, just the consistency saves time. Ace is kind of YOLOing this, taking out 2 drones and uploading, but, like, he has enough experience to know that he can probably pull it off, and, like, he was 1 hit away from not pulling it off. But you know what? He had enough experience to know that, generally speaking, the laser guards kind of stop there for 5 or 10 seconds. Not that long, 2 or 3 seconds, they'll stop firing. And so he knows that he can generally, you know, do it up and YOLO the ending a little bit. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see what his Aztec time is. This was, like, probably less than 2 minutes. I couldn't see. He backed out, so I didn't even see. Now he's going to Egypt. And to compare, the double agent world record that Ace has is 35-34, okay? 35-34. He's going to finish Egypt here in a low 39. Now, keep in mind, he did play Facility Secret Agent, so like a low 38 if we take that away. 38 minutes, roughly. So he's actually 2.5 minutes. Oh my god, it's a terrible Baron pass. He's 2.5 minutes off his, like, best pace on the double agent and 100% categories, which he's played more and are more optimized, more competitive. This is so, like, he lost, like, this literally cost you, like, 15 seconds. Just on sheer bad luck, getting the unlucky 1 in 15 worst death animation. So he's, like, 2.5 minutes behind where he could be. That being said, the category is so much less optimized that, like, he can afford being that far behind and still get a new world record, you know? You can sometimes get, like, blocked out by the laser shots and just fully, you know... Okay, so he's going for Aztec SA after, which is intelligent and correct. I agree with this decision. After this, I expect him to play almost entirely the rest of Secret Agent after this. So once again, like, you know, in 2013, when, oh my god, this is actually, like, kind of troll. you would lure other guards to open the glass door. You know, getting all 3 openings was rare, and so you would often have to visit Jaws and lose time. Now, he can get trolled on the setup here by guards behind him. You know, very cautious setup, but it looks like it's going to work. I expect him to be a little bit ruthless with the ending as well, given how ruthless he was on Double Agent. Good. See, that was intelligent to look to the right and cover for guards who may be coming from behind. They could destroy the tables and fail the objective. You know, that's the kind of thing that would happen to a less experienced player. And what I was trying to get at on Caverns earlier was like, what I expect to see on this run, and we're almost halfway through now, is basically I expect there to be like minor hiccups, you know, stucks, some trollery that Ace has to adjust to that's going to cost him 3 seconds, 5 seconds, maybe 10 or 15 occasionally, but for there to be no major mistakes. No, you know, having to reset a level or use a backup strategy that costs a minute or anything like that. That's generally my expectation, and it seems to be the case. He has enough health, he's going to just go mess around here for no reason. This is, like, in a way foolish, but in a way he just wants to have some fun. If you shoot now, Jaws will come. Takes about 12... You can shoot with about 12 seconds left for Jaws to visit you. Oh my god. Quite a bit of tomfoolery, in fact, Nano Shinra in chat. Oh, he's doing it in reverse. And, like, okay, this is, like, such a fussy thing, but, like, by doing them in reverse, you're using less cursor movement. Instead of going all, like, you're going... like, you're snaking through the menu, so the cursors have to move all the way across it, which saves, like, 1 second. I don't think it's that good, though. I think it kind of... We'll see if he continues this for the rest of the run. I think it's better to, like, go back to Dam and just mash through the menu to advance to the next level, rather than pressing B every time and moving the cursor over. So maybe he's going to do this until, like, Control, and then go back to Dam or something. So yeah, this is the typical Trev self-pass-away strategy. It's worked again. And again, it's one of those things where when you're starting out, you often fail it. Like, Trev doesn't do the trick. So he's going to go back to Cavern. Let's see. I want to see how long he does this reverse selection strategy. But with more experience, the Trev self-pass-away strategy you can get more consistent at it. It's kind of in related to how much, where you are in regards to time and that kind of stuff. Okay, so that scientist moved. That's a tricky thing to pull off. Both these scientists moved. This is looking good. He's a bit behind Trev, though. This is kind of crazy. And now, given the nature that this is a run, I know the end time of this run. I expect the scientist objective to complete here. But many, many times when playing Secret Agent, whether as a standalone category or in an all 60 setting, at least one of those early scientists will have passed away. And so when you go to shoot out the radio room, which you can do through the door, because we don't need to contact Jack Wade on Secret Agent, both those scientists pass away. And if one also passed in the first area, Objective A area, you will fail the mission. And that happens all the time. This level's very, very difficult in a full game setting. But I expect it to complete here. So let's take a look. Wow. He's going to play it double safe and try to lure out a scientist just for the sake of being safe. Wow. That was... I'm actually very impressed by that. You know, it cost him, say, 8 seconds over YOLOing it, but I'm very, very impressed and surprised by that. That's That's very cool. Now he's going into Cradle, so Control rather. So there we go. And roughly our 10 minutes has passed here, so we're going to dedicate this portion of the run to our SpeedLore champion, FC Bojangles. A huge thanks to you, FC, for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon. And let's check out Control and see just how long Ace is. I feel like because he's on Control now, which is on the left-hand side, I mean, Natalia didn't move. See, that's the thing, like, that error cost him just as much time as it takes to move the cursor up to Dam and start playing through there again. He may save Dam's secret agent for last. So this is what... Something was discovered a while ago in the 100% category. So on 100%, you play Double Agent, Dam to Egypt, and then there are 13 additional stages on Agent or Secret Agent where you have to unlock the cheats. And Cradle Agent is one. And so when I first started playing the category, I thought, okay, I'm going to finish on Cradle Agent because it's kind of poetic to get the credits afterwards, right? You do Double O, you go do Dam SA, Runway Agent, Surface 1 SA, Silo Agent, etc., all the way up to... You gotta do Aztec Secret Agent at some point, and then, you know, Cradle Agent to finish. However, yes, Nano Shinra in chat says, I heard that Damn Secret Agent is left for last because it has the longest fade out, and that is correct. So when you're timing a speedrun, generally speaking, you time it until you finish your game or objectives and lose control of your character. Now, on Dam Secret Agent, because you fall off the dam, you lose control of Bond like 5 seconds before the level fades out. And so by finishing on Dam Secret Agent, you actually save like 5 seconds over finishing on Cradle Agent or any other level. Last input required is what Flicker says in chat. So I'm wondering if Ace is going to do the reverse method on Secret Agent. See, going back to Dam Secret Agent would be silly here because he's already done Facility Secret Agent. And so he wouldn't be able to mash through the entire thing. Now, what he could do is beat all these other Secret Agent levels except for Dam, and then go do Dam Agent and do like an Agent playthrough the whole way. But he still has to do Egypt Secret Agent as well. So the cursor time save is not gonna go exactly as smoothly as I genuinely am. I mean, look, this is like such minutiae to be caught up on. Oh my god, that is so insane. That easily could have failed the run. Like, that's what happens in speedrunning. Is he thought, okay, it's a quiet moment. I'm gonna switch to mines and complete objective C. And in that moment, a guard happened to blow up the glass behind him and shoot Natalia. And if he was like 1 second slower to react, Natalia may have passed away. And like, that's par for the course when you're speedrunning. And it's like, ideally, yeah, you would just save the mine explosion to now. You know, Natalia, it cannot be attacked anymore. But, you know, everyone makes these... You think you're safe, right? You think you can do... You think you're safe, and then all of a sudden you're not. Natalia's gonna complete in 2 seconds here. There we go. Wow, look at that troll stuck. Unbelievable. Wow, I'm actually surprised that he went back to jungle that way with the reverse cursor. He could have gone up to archives and then across. So I would say this is unoptimal. I would say this truly, he should have gone, in my personal opinion, after control. I mean, I guess maybe he's still thinking that like Train and Depot are pretty troll. And so it's like worth going back for now. And like, at some point you have to decide, okay, what levels are not troll anymore. That was kind of funny, chucking the mine at that guard. I just feel like it's easier to mash through, like, if you're playing it from dam to cradle, and you just complete a level and mash A, or start, you advance to the next level, and that's like gotta be faster than pressing B, and then selecting on the, you know, on the menu manually. And I mean, we're talking, you know, frames, you know, times 60. We're talking like, you know, maybe 10 total seconds on the run. Not a huge distance, not a huge amount, but there we go. Wow, he is going backwards to train SA. So Whip in chat asks, do you have to start this run with an empty save? The answer is like technically yes, but it's also like really enforced. You know, it's sort of like, as long as you're shown beating all 60 levels, I guess, and Ace did start with an empty save, by the way. But I guess you wouldn't want to start in a full file and beat all 60 because like you could do the ordering much differently. Yeah, okay, so you're allowed to configure your control style and like your, you know, video settings and audio. You could turn off music if you wanted. Train Secret Agent is like, obviously he took out 2 guards in the first room instead of like, you know, all of them in the first 2 rooms. He just did half of 1 room. Because it is much easier to survive on Train Secret Agent than Double Agent, and so that's kind of what we're seeing here. And even the ending is much easier. You're out here, you know, you're feeling less pressure, you're able to do the locks better. You're out here, you're happy. Just taking some shelter from the storm here. So I'll leave here about now. He kind of oh, perfect timing, leaving that ending. Okay, oh, that's interesting. It's going to damn SA. Like I said, so Train was the demarcation point where he decided, okay, those are the difficult levels. I'll play through them, and then I'll go to Dam. And again, in hindsight, I think he should have gone to Runway SA. Played Runway SA to Streets SA. Depot SA, rather. Then done Dam Agent to Egypt Agent, and then finished on Dam SA. But like, again, I spent the last like 15 minutes discussing the menuing. Wow, he took a bit of damage off the flame. Imagine he passed away from the flame there on Dam Secret Agent. That would have been insane. That would have been something that, like, you know, you never ever see. Nice shots. But, you know, the menuing is, like, interesting to me because it's something that, like, I never think about and it's never discussed. Because this category is not, like, that popular, right? You know, it kind of sat idle for almost a decade. Certainly, like, from 2014 to 2019, like, nobody played this category. I think Samo Sammy there was the 3rd person to ever complete the category. The 5th place on the leaderboard on the left. And he did that in, like, 2019, which I looked at briefly before I did this episode. I was like, wow, I kind of remember. Like, this was always sort of a meme category that, like, I made up to, like, create excitement of going for a world record with my stream on Speedruns Live back in like 2013. And like, I don't want to say it's like a meme category now. It's an interesting category because like you beat all the levels in the game. Like that's a pretty natural category. But like nobody played it. And so certainly from 2014 to 19, nobody played it. And like Samo in 2019 was the first person other than me or Ace to complete a run in this category. I mean, that's not really true because the runs of Axel and Alex were done before 2019, but there's no videos. No, they were done in 2013. Wow, I'm actually checking my sources here. They were done in 2013. And so, yeah, like, nobody... Okay, the last place completion by Joshua Nash was done in 2017. So that's actually really funny. But, anyways. Yeah, no kidding. DJ Request says 2013 was a decade ago. Absolutely, it's pretty insane. Hard to believe. We're getting so old, my friends. And speaking of getting old and time passing, we've gone roughly another 10 minutes of this run. And so this portion of the speedrun is dedicated to our SpeedLore champion, E Street. A huge thanks to E Street for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. And let's take another 10 or 11 minutes here of this amazing run. You know, Surface 1 Secret Agent, it's actually a really great level to play, but, you know, on a full game run, certainly, on an all-60 run, this is a good, like, sort of breather level. You know, you can just sit and breathe. There we go, warps in, bingo, bango. You know, Flickr Forum brings up that maybe Alex and Axel raced in this category back before proof was needed. It's possible. Oh, here, hold that thought. We're going to watch Ace play Bunker 1 Secret Agent with... Now, in the single level category, you would play with auto-aim off. Unfortunately, Ace has auto-aim on, and so we're not going to see Ace's, you know, incredible prowess on the stage here. You know, you can see how the auto-aim trolls you a bit, but hey, that's the way it is. What I was going to say is I would wager that Alex and Axel had videos at some point which were like Twitch highlights and have been just lost to time. I would wager that. Like, I bet Alex has a highlight on his channel which is broken, or maybe it's just not been like linked to the rankings. But yeah, if you go to the rankings, there's no video there posted, so who knows. Those guys are pretty proof reliable, and so I mean, Axel was never a big streamer, so I kind of wondered with Axel, maybe he had a video that was like lost media or just never bothered to post it. Because again, it was a category that like nobody really played back in the day. But I bet Alex had a video. Like, Alex must have streamed this. You know, you're telling me Alex played without streaming this category in 2013? Like, I really, really doubt it. Maybe I'll have to do some speedrun archaeology. You know, I recently went and archived all of my 100% and all 60 completions, which was pretty... It was a rewarding thing to do, to take them off of the Twitch, which has a strange VOD system, and put them on YouTube, on the RWG, GoldenEye and Gaming Archive channel. A lot of nades going off, and again, you know, this category, a lot can go wrong. You know, a simple rogue nade could pass away all the guards and cause you to fail. Or old scientists, and cause you to fail a science objective and lose a minute. And thus far, we haven't seen any sort of major time loss on this run yet. This is a good technique. A lot of people on Secret Agent, like, they decide not to do that, like that loses 3 or 4 seconds. Not a big deal, and it increases the odds of completion so much that it's just so worth doing. If you don't do that, you might end up waiting 20 or 30 seconds by the boat. And if you do that, you almost never wait by the boat. And especially by saving all 6 hostages on Secret Agent where only 4 need to escape, I would highly bet that they will all complete, that he'll get Objective A completed before reaching the boat again. And it is kind of funny that colloquially we call the end point on this level the boat, when you're like also on a boat. I was kind of thinking about that when doing the Frigate 00 Agent 103 video that I made recently. But, hey, it's, you know, every niche has its jargon, and I try to demystify as much as I can. And, with this technique, you can even get Objective A completed like here, which is pretty insane. Here we go. B completed, and... oh, that guy's going to complete A for him. Wow. Kind of insane that A didn't complete before, but... Surface 2. Will he go for the window here? It would be kind of foolish to go for the window strategy here, because if you miss it, if you miss the table, or if you even if you successfully shoot at the table, sometimes both like speakers don't blow up, and so in that case, you would have to go back at the key, and so it's like that would waste like 40 seconds over just getting it from the start, which is like 20 seconds slower than going with the British window strategy. But like, this is why I'm so surprised that Ace actually went for the Trev shot. Okay, so he's gonna give it a go. Okay, that makes sense. So we got the key as sort of like a preemptive backup strategy. That and he could have done that on Double Agent as well, but you know, it's not super necessary. I think it was a good choice. Gets in there. Bunker 2, baby. So, sorry, you know, it's a lot to keep up with. I blanked out for a second. I think he didn't do the jail cell Arlene warp again. But hey. Maybe he's unpracticed with it, or... it can be a bit finicky. But like Bunker 2 SA, once he gets going, you know, he knows how to play this level. He's going sort of the standard route. You know, his world records go with the clipboard lure route, which is pretty insane. Obviously, going for that on an RTA run's like to save like 3 seconds. Very inconsistent strategy, so it makes more sense to go with this. Going over here by the pillar for some cover. Man, that one took like 5... The camera took like 5 body shots. Opens the door, warps out. Nice. Will he go for the Trev shot here? I would be stunned. Absolutely stunned and shocked if the man goes for the Trev shot here. Let's take a look, baby. I mean, Statue, you know, the flight recorder, he got the 4th best flight recorder on 00. There are 4 which are like visible from like the point where you kind of wait for it. The other 5 are not, and so you kind of have to go searching for them. And like sometimes if you're like searching in the wrong direction, you can like lose the location of it where it actually landed, and like you're kind of like on a maze run to find it, which is really annoying. And so ideally, like, that never happens here. You know, if it's not in one of the best 4, which would be lucky to get it on all 3. Okay, no Trev shot. Good. So he's not going to go for an agent. That would be too insane. Like, it's not worth it on a full game run. Unless you're like... I don't know, man. Especially when, like, you're going to do something risky to try to save 6 seconds when, like, you can just lose more than 6 seconds due to luck later. Like, on the same level. It's just so not worth it. Let's see what flight recorder he gets. So he's still got to do Archives, Streets and Depot, and Egypt on Secret Agent, and then do all of the agent stages. Let's see what he's got. No dice. See, sometimes they run too far, but see, he got, like, that was good there where the first place he checked had it. If it was on the, like, if it was deep in the level, like, he might have missed it and then, like, been spending 5-10 seconds looking for it, so that worked out well. Archives, baby. So now he's just mashing through the menu. Archives. The door's fussy. It really is. I thought I was going to get boosted there. Not a big deal. Play this very safely. Make sure she sees you. That's honestly, even on Agent, people want to approach that door from the other side. Because that's what you do on Agent when playing for 15 or 16. But, like, I personally think it's worth doing it that way from the left side on Agent, just for the sake of consistency. Because from the right-hand side, often it misses. And, like, changing strafe there loses, like, half a second. So I think in general, half a second for consistency is almost always worth it. Oh my god, so the guard doesn't see him, so you're better off just like not slapping him, not dealing with it. Natalia could have gotten scared and ran away there. If you get too close to her, that happens, so hey, it worked out. Did it work out? Yeah, okay. And hey, roughly another 10 minutes has passed, and so this next 10-11 minutes goes out to our final SpeedLore champion of the night, the one and only 4-Day Bender. A huge thanks to you, 4-Day, for your support of SpeedLore on Patreon. Let's watch, well, hey, Ace, take it home. I mean, other than, like, catastrophically unlucky things happening, not too much can go wrong for the rest of the run. Ace is going to pilot this home. Just gotta do a safe landing. It's gonna be 30 more minutes, but that's all it takes, baby. Yes, and hello in chat to Sove Tempest, who liked the Muck video. Thank you very much. It was a fun one. And we carry on here, baby. So DJ Requests in chat asked this being dual stream on YouTube. I thought about it. I did think about it, but ultimately I'm only streaming this on Twitch right now. However, I'm hoping to, you know, clean up a little bit, upload to YouTube, and maybe premiere it on YouTube. Wow, that was insane. The grenade launcher guard spawned, and so Ace actually moved his strafe really intelligently to avoid the grenade launcher, but then the rocket launcher guards were also there, and that could have been complicated, but it worked out in the end. So again, a lot of experienced, again, a less experienced player who hasn't been playing this game for 17 years, 18 years, may have gotten scared and messed up there. But Ace played it super, super intelligently there, as expected. Yeah, so DJ Requests, you know, I have the SpeedLore channel as like my second channel, which I kind of use for the SpeedLore uploads. And if I was prepared enough, which I am tonight, I would consider doing some live streams of this there, because basically I just re-upload these there. On a normal night, I would add in titles and stuff, you know, but this, it's all Ace. It's already titled. So I thought about it, but I opted against it anyways. But, you know, in general, yes, the idea of dual streaming sometimes crosses my mind. With a SpeedLore episode, or even just putting them there instead. That being said, I'm hoping to kind of package this and upload it there on YouTube, on the SpeedLore channel, like tonight, tomorrow, tonight, and probably premiere it there as well. And then the live chat there, they can have another separate live chat of their own, and that might be nice for them to have, you know. So we'll see. That's the hope. And Depot Secret Agent is a lot less complicated because you don't have to go do the ammo dump. The guards are way less damaging. It can be amazing just how much easier Secret Agent is than Double Agent on some stages. And, like, Depot's one of them. Like, it doesn't feel like it should be that much easier, but it is, you know, and it's remarkable. So here we go. Rushing through the Egypt essay. Now, will Ace do the troll thing again, going backwards on the stages? Or for Agent? Or will he just go back to Dam and play through? I think he might do, like, Egypt and Aztec. That would make sense, doing Egypt and Aztec on Agent and then going back to Dam and playing through to Cradle. And, like, yeah, you would lose 5 seconds by not finishing on Dam due to the fade out, but, like, poetically it makes sense, you know? So we'll see what he does. And I mean, shoutouts to Joris, who, you know, grinded for a week or so and, like, got the world record for less than a day. You know, at that 142.41. Nice run. Let's see what Ace does here. I'm very curious to see. Yeah, Egypt Agent, Aztec Agent, that makes sense. If he goes backwards the whole way, I'm like gonna be kind of mad. I don't know. Missed picking up the ammo. Going for the warp. I mean, that's... I don't think I've ever hit that warp. It's needed for 44. I don't think I've ever hit it. I mean, it might not be needed for 44, but it's pretty much needed. Like a perfect 2.x run with tile warp. Might be able to get 44 without the door warp, but I don't know. I expect him to go back and play Aztec Agent here, but, like, I don't know about the rest of the game. And again, he's clear through. Oh my god, he had a. Okay, I thought he was gonna get the worst death there. Yeah, Aztec Agent. So he played cleanly through Double O, clean through SA, and he's you know, likely to play cleanly through Agent here. Now, the mainframe lure can actually be tricky on Agent because if you hit the guard again, if you hit the guard stuck in the mainframe twice, you can pass him away, and, like, you have to, you know, he'll then have to attempt a backup glass strategy. And if that fails, then attempt Jaws. Like, you can easily shoot the guard and pass him away there, so even one shot in the chest or head does it, so you gotta be very careful on Agent with this setup. It's one of those funny things where the setup is more difficult on Agent than Secret and Double Agent. Now, Agent, I think you just YOLO it from here. Full health. I gotta think you just YOLO this. Maybe get the body armor to be sure. But, like, there's no point. Yeah, okay, he's not even getting the body armor. Agent, you can just YOLO this. No doubt. Make sure it uploads. You know, again, you can freak out there and, like, miss the upload and, like, lose all your health, you know, so he's got enough health to go mess around with Jaws. He's gonna do it for fun. Actually, this brings up a reasonable kind of thing to talk about, which is you could, in theory, save a pause by not uploading the launch protocol data or the guidance data and, like, running in here and going back up the gap and doing it at the end during the countdown. It's a strategy known as late A. No one has ever pulled it off, but it may theoretically be a faster way to, it may save, like, 2 to 3 seconds on an Aztec Agent speedrun. And, like, someday we may see it. the late A technique. Anyways, he's gone back to Dam. He's just going to cruise this home, baby. He got in at like 1450. So if he gets a 22 flat, it's like 136, high 136, and that'd be a good agent time. So we're going to see something like that. I mean, we know the end time is 137 already. So he gets like a 2210, 2220 agent time, which is good enough to be like a top 10 agent time. Now, mind you, he has a top 3 agent time, as you would expect, so, you know, it's the kind of thing that you expect from Ace, from to consistently get a top 10 time on a category. And that is what we'll see. I wonder if anything is going to go, like, wrong or strange for the rest of the run. You know, the core of an all-60 run, and even a double O agent 100% run, to some extent, is top heavy in the first half, you know, because the latter half is just, you know, playing the rest of the stages, getting the cheats, or in this case, playing the agent difficulty, which, you know, after playing Caverns 00 and Train 00 and stuff, is a breeze. It's a big breeze. What's the Super Mario 64 star called with the breeze? Into the breeze, you know, on Tall Mountain there. I was gonna make a reference. See, on Agent, even like messing up and getting hit twice with your Mind Boost isn't like catastrophic. Whereas on like 00 it would be. So you kind of let your guard down here. I mean, Ace is so consistent on facility that, you know, he can cake 43s and 44s. Obviously, that was a much, you know, that was like a 47 or something, but even Runway Agent, like throwing a nade at the guards on the desk there is much more consistent and safe than because otherwise they would blow up the plane, which used to happen a lot. Flicker answers Swinging in the Breeze, which is close. That's the one on Rainbow Ride. I'm thinking the one on Tall Mountain, where it's like use the breeze to get the star, and the trick is breezeless, right? Is it Swinging in the Breeze? I'm pretty sure that's the Rainbow Ride one. Surface 1 agent. I mean, some guys can get 103s in RTA, which is insane. Like that used to be the world record. I grinded like hours for that world record back in the day, you know. Man, did I get that record with 1.1 cc? There's no way. Did I? If I did, I must have. Man, I want to go back and rewatch my Surface 1 Agent 103, because it might have been 1.1. Like, I know Wouter got it with 1.1. Back in... Maybe? I need to... It's been so long since I thought about that stage. Surface 1 Agent. On an Agent RTA attempt, this level's actually, like, you know, 2 seconds is a big deal, and so like missing the warp here can be catastrophic. Oh, Ace is gonna get like 104. He's not going too insane. Yeah, it's gonna be like 104. Yeah, 104. Okay, oh, you know what? The star I'm thinking of, as the chatters tell me that there's no breeze name in Tall Mountain. It's about like taking the big ride. Right, it's like the hidden slide or something. That's the one I'm thinking. You know, but the trick is breezeless, because you would normally just use the breeze to pop up there. Ace gets through the Bunker 1 agent, and that'll do it for the SpeedLore Champion dedications for the night. Again, a huge thanks to everybody for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon so generously. And now the last, you know, 15-20 minutes is just dedicated to everyone who has ever enjoyed SpeedLore. So thank you all very much. As we go through Silo here. You know, against Silo, like, you could have a nade go off and lose time, you know? Lose them, like, imagine a nade goes off in this room and Ace fails the scientists and has to restart the level. Like, you've lost a minute, you know, and it's the way it is. Yeah, Tony Nubarez in chat says Mysterious Mountainside. Is that what it's called? I mean, I guess it makes sense. It could be called Mysterious Mountainside. Just doesn't sound like a super, I mean, yeah, it makes sense enough. Let's see, Frigate here. Let's see if he goes for 3 hostages or just the 2. Just the 2 makes sense. If you only shoot, like, 6 total shots. There we go. Yeah, this method is a new method of, like, kind of pushing into that room a bit to make sure that the guard doesn't, like, blow up the computer or something. Nice chuck. Let's see them complete. Oh, he is going to go for the 3rd. That's cute. Because this guy has a 1 in 7 chance of, like, escaping immediately. Oh my god. I'm actually kind of surprised he did that. Doesn't seem like necessary. Oh my god, this frigate's actually going terribly. Is it gonna go, like... Did one of them pass away? Oh my god! So this is where Ace lost like 30 seconds compared to like a good agent run. Oh my god, this is insane! I mean, it makes... He should go get another hostage just to make sure, because you don't want to like lose 5 minutes at this point. But like, this is crazy. They're completed. Oh my god. That's what happens on Frigate. Like, he lost 30 seconds here. Maybe more. 116. Generally, if you save the first 2 and go back, you're getting like a 40. Like, worst case scenario, you're getting like a 40. And so he literally lost like 30 to 40 seconds there. That's awful. Hey, congrats to White Owl in chat, a fellow White Fowl named user who says they got a new PB on Facility Double Agent 141. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Yeah, that's crazy, Flicker. He definitely missed one of those first 2. And so maybe he should have just gone into the basement and saved like those 2 immediately. In hindsight, you know, under pressure, he made it work. Like, some people would have waited 2 minutes and then done it and like lost so much time. But hey, on an all 60 run, if one level's gonna troll you, Frigate Agent being that one, you know, makes sense. Will he go for the Arlene Warp here? He goes for it. He gets it. Wow, I'm actually like stunned that he... I mean, you know what? He obviously had a plan, like going for stuff or not going for stuff. Yeah, you have to wait for that guy to open the door. And he planned not to do it until below, and hey, it worked out. You know, it worked out for him. Nice. Oh, he missed the warp, unfortunately. I thought he was going to hit it. Oh, I'm going to step away during the, you know, statue agent. Pretty dry level. We'll be right back. Now, I simply have to assume that he did not attempt the Trev shot. I mean, you know, anything's possible with Ace, but I'm just going to go on the assumption that he didn't. Let's see the flight recorder. See, I like to hang back a little bit more than these guys. Like, he can't see all the locations there. If you hang back 10 more feet, you can, but he got the best flight recorder, so it worked out just fine for him. Like, he wouldn't be able to see if he got the third and fourth best, I think. But there we go. Statue, agent, you know, 226, I think he might have got, which was the world record before the Trev shot was discovered. The world record today would probably be like 223 or 224, 223 rather, with no Trev shot. That'd be equivalent to like 217 strafing. Anyways, he gets like an 18 here. Yeah, I mean, left strafe nat door is just like better on agent in my personal opinion. It's like 100% consistent. Whereas you saw like Ace made a very kind of jerky movement there. Now, I wonder in theory if there's any sort of what's the word I'm looking for a very specific word, but it's escaping my mind right now. Like, credibility's almost it, but like any reason you would use the tank on Street's agent, because like at this point in the run, pretty much nothing can go wrong unless you pass away here, which like if you get shot by rockets can happen even on agent. Like, look, he got 4 bar, 1 more rocket. Like, if he gets hit by rockets again, he could lose the run. And so you're gonna get, you know, Jay Nero says viability. That's like almost it. It might be even the run. He's gonna get like a 115 here, which you get on Straight's agent like every time. Using the tank, you get like a 121, but like ensure your survival. And so it's like, you know, would it be worth it to go for the tank? Who knows? I mostly say it to, like, you know... Oh, he got 114. That's insane. Dude, that's like super rare to get a 114 on a RTA run. I'm very impressed. Yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, like, you know, we know this is 5 minutes out of second place, and it's like, you know, 8 to 12 minutes out of third and fourth place. You can just imagine those runs have at least something going wrong. You know, almost 2 hours of playing GoldenEye, one of the levels is going to fail. You have to reset 1 or 2 levels here or there. And so, I mean, Joris is 142. He didn't have to do that. It would be an interesting run to watch, actually. But, you know, generally speaking, that's what happens in the all 60 category. And so for Ace to pull off like a clean run is very, very impressive. Train agent, he's been fresh on train agent as well. Weister visited him in person. Weister has the untied sweep on train, but even so, he told Ace all of his train secrets, and so Ace has been attempting to get the train records now. Which is kind of insane that Henrik would like reveal to him all these tips on train. But it shows you kind of the power of meeting in person and being like, hey man, like, you know what, we're friends now. Like, yeah, go tie my records. Like, I bestow upon you the knowledge. Yeah, that's a good point. Dash of Ash mentions how, like, you know, 114.1 and 114.9 are different on streets, for example. Even so, though, you know what, like, in a 2-hour run, it's not, like, yeah, Ace's streets run was 114.9, right? But 0.8 there, I mean, the 0.8 comes and goes so fluidly on a run like this. That's hard for me to say that it's that significant anyway. Now, he didn't get an AR-33 there, which is unfortunate. Didn't get one there either. Whoa. Okay, he got one there. But yeah, now he unfortunately had to kind of run into the chaos there. Only has 20 shots, which, oh, that's got to be enough for Xenon Agent. And yet Ace didn't even bother setting up splits for this run. Just like, whatever, dude. Which honestly is like kind of a big energy move. Everyone else plays with their splits and, oh, I'm this far ahead and this far behind. It's just like, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna beat all 60 levels and like see what the time. Well, boosted through the elevator. It's pretty legit. So now he's got control, caverns, and cradle. That's it, baby. Let's see it. You can get trolled by slow death here. This start is like 358 pace. It's almost a 357 pace start. Just a casual, you know, good time start. What's 358 still worth these days? 67. Wow, 30 people have 357 or better. That's insane. Sometimes these like blow my mind, you know? Strafing through. 2 boosts. Will he blow up the... Will he cut through the glass here on Agent? Like, it saves like 5 seconds, but like you can lose all your health. 3 bars is still a good amount. If you play it like mostly safely, you're fine there, but it is a decision to make. Like, you could go the long way around. Wow, it takes more damage there. It would be insane and catastrophic if Natalia passed away or he failed control. Now that is insane. In chat, Tony Nubarez is relaying a story here where he couldn't beat this game because he didn't know any English at the time in the 90s. And he had to wait until GoldenEye the movie was aired on Italian television to see what he had to do to beat these levels. I mean, this sounds insane. But I kind of believe it. Like, using the movie on a television airing to see what to do on the levels, it almost seems like too apocryphal of a story, but like I kind of believe it. I just don't know how helpful the movie would be as like a game tutorial. And like, yeah, 98, young Tony, you know, I presume Antonio, in fact, if he's Italian. You know, there's not really any internet, not really any game FAQs going on. You know, there is barely, but like, you know, if you're young, you're not gonna... Oh, okay, so Tony clarifies that he got to this stage, but didn't know to destroy the mainframes. And so in the movie, he saw Bond destroy the mainframes by planting mines on them, apparently. And so that is when he realized, oh, I have to do that on Control Agent. He was able to get to Control Agent. That is crazy. It's kind of crazy that there's no, like, in-game language changer on GoldenEye. In Perfect Dark, there is. You can play Perfect Dark in French, Italian, German, and Spanish, which is pretty cool. But, like, I guess GoldenEye doesn't have that, which is kind of crazy. Like, I guess the earliest N64 games, I don't know if they have those, like, different language. I've never really seen it. Here we go. I've heard of, like, Wind Waker has translations into different languages, but, like, the early Zelda, like, the N64 Zeldas, I don't know if they do. Yeah, PAL version. Yeah, PAL versions only. There's Natalia. 2 more levels to go, baby. I mean, it's pretty insane to think about that frigate agent disaster. But, I mean, other than that, look how good the run is. Like, probably no one will beat this run for a long time, if ever. Like, there was already little motivation to play this category, the only motivation people had was like that the 144 was beatable, largely thanks to the Aztec consistency. But now, like Ace hitting 137 is like, yeah, he could get 136.30 or so, but like, could anyone else? You know, Ace's consistency on stuff like train and control is remarkable. But yeah, I mean, doing this and getting close to the end here, it's kind of, it's a fun thing to commentate. And, you know, maybe in the future, I could do a series like commenting on, you know, some of these other runs, like Joris's 142 or Josh's 145 or Samo's 155. Like, that'd be a cool one to talk about, you know, to commentate on. So who knows? Maybe there'll be a future mini series on the horizon. And thanks to Silo Simon in chat. Been enjoying your YouTube videos. Thanks for making them. Thank you for watching them. You know, in a way, would I make them if no one watched them? Like, honestly, probably not. You know, probably not. So it's cool that, you know, several thousand people enjoy hearing these stories and taking in, you know, speedrun history and N64 history, for sure. So Ace is not going to go with the Trev self-pass-away strategy. On Agent, you can pretty easily either pass him away yourself here, or, which he does, or at least get him to go to the bottom and fight him there. Amazing, amazing stuff. Here it is, baby. 137.13, new world record. He did it. Ace did it. Wow, that was amazing. Congratulations to Perfect Ace. Weird route and a few slow levels. First ever try running this category since my last completion of 144 nearly 10 years ago, with just one damn agent completion to set the file for this run beforehand. I'll take this time for how improvised the attempt was. Zero practice. If that's not Ace in a nutshell for you, I don't know what is. So, zero practice, pretty insane. You know, if we look at Joris here, Joris, through the course of a week, cut things down from, 2 hours to 142, the new world record. So it shows you, and Joris is a great player. He's like ranked top 20 right now in GoldenEye. Yeah, Joris is a great player. So for, Joris hasn't played every single level. I love this comment on his 229. He had never played Bunker 200. So he stopped playing to watch Dusky teach him how to do the level for a few minutes. And then, hey, Joris learned how to play Bunker 200 and slowly cut his time down to 142, which was a new world record, which is great. But then Ace went in with, zero practice and got a new world record, so that just shows you how good Ace is. And yeah, it almost stood for 10 years, that 144. And yeah, JD had second place for a while, then now third place. First try past Facility 00 since he had tried 3 years prior. So hey, there's the single segment, 100% category, all 60 category. That was a fun time watching the all 60 tonight and seeing Ace absolutely dominate with simply an incredible run. And my friends, that will do it for this episode of GoldenEye SpeedLore, the first ever where we look at an RTA, a real-time attack run. It was the perfect opportunity to do so with Ace getting a new world record, 137, a great time and range for a lore episode too, so that's always cool. I do wonder if the agent runs are 20 minutes. I could do a mini, maybe 3 or 4 runs, kind of a mini world record progression. Maybe, I guess the thing is, I will attempt to come up with ideas to do RTA lores like this in the future, because it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate doing it, and I appreciate you guys for watching and chatting and hanging out. So a huge thanks to all of you folks, and especially these SpeedLore legends and champions for supporting the series so kindly on Patreon. Hello to everyone who watches in the chat or on YouTube. A true pleasure. And in the meantime, my friends, thanks again. Stay true. Have a good night.